Well, welcome back. Sorry, we just lost you there. Thanks very much to Tom Harvey for letting us know that we'd gone off air. Your tweet's absolutely invaluable to us, so do keep us up to speed if we're on air, and if you could let us know that we're back on, that would be even more fantastic. AD and I bringing you live coverage of the game here at Histon this afternoon, and we've just had about 2 minutes of play so far. We'll go through the team news in a minute. The same starting 11 as at Tuesday against Brackley, and at the moment in the first 2 minutes, nothing to speak of so far, is there, AD, in terms of what's happened on the
just
field?
early sparring. I think we've already seen that the surface is a little bit treacherous. A couple of occasions when we've lost the ball, we've won it back very well. The sun is going to be a problem as well in this first half because it's very much in Guiseley's eyes. But it's early sparring. There hasn't been a goal-mouth incident at either end yet. As we said before, and these have already demonstrated how fit they are because they're closing us down very quickly. But on the face of it, it's a bit of a tame start so far.
Andy Holdsworth on the ball for Guiseley. Histon, of course, fighting for their lives in the division at the moment. Omar Beckles can't get the ball away, and then Gavin Rothery steps across and is in a bit of a heavy challenge. Rothery's on the ground, but I think that's just a... is that a free kick? I don't know whether the referee today has given it. Sian Massey. I think she's just given a throw-in. Guiseley do have indeed the throw-in. And he's just concentrating on the game there on the far side.
It looked heavy, I must say, but you know, she's not giving it.
Rothery's got up. Guiseley have the throw. They concede possession rather tamely. The ball comes forward. Andy Holdsworth under a bit of pressure there. Gets the ball away before a good piece of work here from Zach Mills. Wins the ball back. Adi Youssef square if he finds him. Mills goes alone. Takes a shot with the right hand boot. And in the end is blocked well by Danny Ellis.
Sloppy, sleepy play from Wayne there.
Guiseley now lose possession. Wayne Brooksby walks straight into a Histon man, and the Stutes just currently having a pretty bright start and fighting the ball up to the halfway line here, where Day challenges with Brooksby. Brooksby wins that one. Slip by Zach Mills, gives possession back to Guiseley, but can't capitalise on it, and Mills recovers. Now he's got players ahead of him in Youssef if he wants to play it long, both screaming for the ball. Mills just coolly plays the ball through midfield, and then the feed in from Grant Roberts goes all the way back to Stephen Drench.
Half Grant there that it was going to be a long afternoon, didn't he?
Yeah. You see where, as you'd like to describe, got play. Free kick to Histon on the left-hand side of the 8. Sian Massey just lining up the free kick for Nick Freeman to take. Gets the wall back, the composite 10 yards. And Histon have about 5 men lining up just inside the penalty area. The ball comes in. It's a poor delivery from Freeman. Easily defended by Guiseley. Sent forward once again as the counter-attack starts by O'Malley. But now the ball returned to Holsgrove. Holsgrove and O'Malley having a battle on the left-hand side. Goes down towards the touchline, tries to get the cross in. Blocked by Holdsworth. Back once again into the area, looking for Youssef once again to get on to the end of. Good header from Ben Parker. Flicked on there by Roberts. And they're actually on top. The ball comes forward now once again. Jay Dowie blasting it in the direction of the penalty area. Once again just blocked by Danny Ellis and helped back rather speculatively. Long ball forward that goes all the way back to Charlie Granger.
There's nobody at the moment actually directly running the centre forward channel for us, which is making that percentage ball quite difficult to play.
Because Histon have had better of it, and Guiseley not really looking at their flowing best. Ball back with Stephen Drench. Now picked up here by Holsgrove. Holsgrove plays the ball forward. Adam Boyes has got himself offside. Very disappointingly, and it's gone out for another throw. Another free kick.
That was the proverbial tight one, though, wasn't it? In fairness, it was. You know, you want somebody to play on the last man, and that's what he was doing. Bit of a sleepy afternoon here in Cambridge at the moment, isn't it?
It is a bit, isn't it? Well, hopefully you'll be picking us up. We've just had a couple of problems with the stream, but do let us know. Guiseley now have the ball, and have just conceded it, as you can probably hear from Ady's frustration. And Andy Holdsworth comes over the halfway line, plays a rather overhit ball down the flank, but it's good for Holsgrove to run onto.
On this pitch, people playing channels like that and giving defenders decisions to make is fine. I mean, as long as you're milking throw-ins and getting possession and position, then that's fine.
Holdsworth waiting for the ball to be retrieved. It's a good throw position, this, on the right-hand side, about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. There's 4 or 5 yellow shirts inside the penalty area for Holdsworth to aim for. Plays it short to Brooksby, back to Holdsworth. Holdsworth gets the cross in, takes a deflection off a Histon man. It's going to be a corner. Basic, but well worked, that. Forward now, taken down well by Holsgrove at the centre of most things. Tries to take past 2 players, does well, gets down to the byline, gets the ball across, has to be defended very well by Beckles.
He's done super there as Kevin, and actually he's disappointed with his colleagues quite rightly, because he's done everything there, hasn't he? And nobody's gambled on the cross, really.
Holsgrove, excellent run down that left flank. Ball.
We are just getting a sort of a little bit of positional superiority at least, aren't we?
Yeah, it's certainly in Guiseley's favour just at the moment.
That's awful
and then
from
Wayne Brooksby's just let the ball go in the middle of the pitch, gives Yusuf a chance to play the counter-attack. Day gets a great run down this left flank and has come away with it. Good covering tackle from Ben Parker, picked up again by Day. Back here to Zach Mills. Mills square now to Dowie. Dowie turns, no options ahead of him, gives it back here to Mills. Guiseley having to defend, and Mills tries to go past Brooksby. Brooksby gets the tackle in, tidied up by Boschel, and then Lawler, long one away, looking for Holsgrove to do some magic, but he's pretty much crowded out by 3 defenders. Far too much to do, and Histon clear, but again another poor ball.
Jake Lawler stepped out very well there to anticipate the pass, didn't he?
And tries to play the ball forward, Reece Maynell, but blocks, and Maynell does well to recover, to take the ball away from Yusuf. Guiseley at the moment just on the halfway line with bodies in the Histon half. Holdsworth is blocked down really well by Charlie Day. Closes him down, takes over possession on the halfway line. Ball infield from Freeman now. Square here to Roberts. Roberts feeds the ball in, deflects off the referee, and falls kindly for Guiseley, who can counter-attack. Now with Rothery. Out wide to Maynell. Back here to Rothery on the halfway line. The sting out of all of the movement just goes very quickly.
Well, I mean, I think that sums it up nicely, Colin. It is a lack of movement. It's a lack of urgency. It's, in fairness, they're not creating very much either, but it's very, very sort of pedestrian.
A bit like a pre-season friendly at the moment.
Yeah.
Ball out wide here now to Holdsworth. Holdsworth into the feet of Brooksby. Poor touch again from Brooksby. Taken away now by Mills. Mills skips it forward here to Freeman. Histon have a real chance here. Freeman goes past Ellis. Ellis goes in with a rather inviting tackle, which Freeman takes full advantage of and goes over his legs, and referee Sean Massey now has a word with Danny. Guiseley defend that really well. Peter Grant it was who took it in the end. Guiseley now have to keep shape, because Histon still come forward here. Zach Mills gets the ball forward, tackled by Holdsworth, out for another throw.
Slightly surprised that Grant Robertson didn't take that, actually, because when he was at Guiseley, he had a wicked free kick on him, did Grant, so...
Which is one of those weird things, isn't it? Grant Roberts playing here. Throwing now to Histon, about level with the 18-yard box. Zach Mills is going to line another long one. He looks to...
Just a little bit more urgent. I mean, there have been a few examples recently where Wayne Brooksby's got himself in a good position, and then the outcome has been disappointing. Starting to ask a few questions.
So the throw taken.
And the sun is absolutely wicked, by the way. You know, it's really, really bad.
It is, isn't it? It's a real low sun right in the eye line of the players. So it's not really surprising that there is a attack down this left flank. Good work from Hicks. Plays it into the feet of Yusuf. Yusuf and Hicks combine really well. Hicks is on the side. He's got opportunity to get this ball in down to the byline. Turns a cross in. Just plucked out of the air by Stephen Drench. We can breathe a sigh of relief. Out of their own third, though, Guiseley, at the moment. Dowie takes over. Takes a shot from distance. Stephen Drench really well. And then collects at the second attempt.
Fairly routine.
And Jake Lawler on the edge of the D struck it well with the right foot, but just didn't hit the target. Goalkeeper was stretching, but it was always going wide.
Probably the best chance of the half, actually, for either side, really. I think Jake will be massively disappointed not to hit the target there. Keeper might have had it covered anyway with a dive, but that was 7 passes and it was just done at pace, and that's just the difference. People actually getting off the markers for the first time in the game.
A really well-worked move. And Guiseley almost taking the lead. But as it is, it's still goalless. Ben Parker and concedes a throw-in.
The last thing you want in conditions like this is a ball like that where it's going to, sort of bounce or not on you, and you've got to sort of then battle for your touch. Why we're not putting it in front of people all the time, I've no idea. Because the last thing you want to be doing is turning or dealing with a bobbling ball. Interestingly, I think the most effective stuff we've done has been where it's very much just been into channels, almost speculatively into channels.
36 minutes gone, still goalless. Guiseley now with the ball inside their own half. Played it forward into the feet of Boys. Boys can't control, and now Histon come away with the ball here. Nathan Hicks, bit of a heavy tackle on there on Danny Ellis. No complaints. Ball's now in the Histon half, picked up now by Maynell. Maynell sends one down the left channel, where it's worked well, as Adi says, and Burkle's tried to do something cool and take the ball away from Holsgrove, and in the end just loses possession. It goes out for a throw.
I mean, on this sort of pitch, giving defenders a problem like that touch is so hard to bring. It's hard to bring the ball under control with one touch.
Even Drench, it's a poor ball. I'm looking forward to half-time.
Yeah.
Something has to change in the second half.
Well, I think the reality of it is we're I mean, a good example from Genchi before then, where he's played a ball to Gavin Rothery, with Gavin looking into the sun. The ball bounces because Gavin misses it. We just haven't been very clever, is the truth of it.
Picked up now by Histon on the halfway line, and frustration for the home sides as well, because Hicks hangs onto the ball too long and it's cut out.
We've recovered the ball very well, in fairness, haven't we?
It's just we're not doing much with it at the moment. Flicked on by Danny Ellis over the halfway line. Gavin Rothery goes looking for it. Jay Dowie wins it. Andy Holdsworth is in a bit of a chase with it against Charlie Day. Holdsworth wins it, bounces back up into the middle of the park. And then Jake Lawler wins that one. Gets it into the feet of Brooksby. Brooksby forward now. Brooksby playing on the left flank for the moment. Into the feet of Boys. Boys doesn't win it. Histon take over. And Hicks comes forward now. Does well. Skips past his man. He's got options to the left-hand side. Does well to find Dowie. Dowie's on the edge of the D. Lines up the shot with the right foot. It's a really poor shot.
Shot was the better option.
Well, it was. Yes. If I have just made a faux pas there, that'll probably be the only thing that's come through on air so far this first half. But I mean, probably isn't that inaccurate either, really.
A good example there, though, of the situation where a defender slips because it's a tricky surface, and then the forward makes an awful choice because it's a tricky surface. So it's probably sums up the first half.
Surface not helping either side. Both teams struggling to play football on the pitch. And Guiseley now get a ball channel, which Omar Beckles slips over. Kevin Holsgrove is judged to have pushed him, and free kick's being given.
If the referee was better at
the ball back. Well, welcome back to Histon and the Glassworld Stadium for the second half of this game between the two Skrill North rivals. Guiseley, unfortunately, it's still 0-0 here, and it has to be said, I think the unanimous opinion is that it's been a woeful first 45 minutes of football. No obvious changes at half-time, and we're about to get back underway. Guiseley playing in all yellow, shooting from right to left here as we look at the game from the main stand here. 80 Towers. Hopefully things can only get better in the second half.
I hope that, well, I imagine what has been said at half-time, I'm sure it will have been, is that we have to be more intelligent in the use of the ball. As has been said by the Radio Cambridge commentator, the reality is you can't play intricate passes, 3 passes across the morass, which is the centre of the pitch. Very disappointing.
Histon immediately on the attack as we kick off this second half. No changes to report. Picked up now here by Nathan Hicks. Plays the ball in towards Day. Day helps it forward. Up towards Harry O'Malley, the right back for Histon. And I think there was an offside flag.
No, I think he jumped into Reece Maynell.
Ah, right. I couldn't quite see the linesman from this position.
He just basically jumped at the player rather than at the ball.
So just a quick reminder of the Guiseley lineup, same as Tuesday night. Stephen Drench, Andy Holdsworth, Reece Maynell, Ben Parker, Danny Ellis, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Kevin Holsgrove, Adam Boys and Gavin Rothery. There's no Lewis Taff for Histon today, who's one of their big threats. The guys just have a man down on the ground at the moment. Ben Parker, I think.
How has she missed that? How have the officials missed that? There's an elbow straight in the...
And it is going to be a Guiseley throw, despite the protests. 0-0 here on Guiseley AFC Radio. If you're just joining us.
He ain't got a bloody clue, is he?
The ball goes forward and is picked up here by Stephen Drench.
I must say that incident descending into near farce, because it was a free kick, we didn't get it, but it was their throw, they didn't get it. Very odd.
Long one forward. Omar Beckles doesn't control the ball at all well there, but does somehow contrive a clearance. Picked up now by Grant Roberts as Histon come forward over the halfway line. Roberts looks to his left. He's got a few options ahead of him. Finds Hicks. Hicks can't control. Guiseley take the ball away here with Kevin Holsgrove. Holsgrove on the halfway line, under pressure, does well, keeps possession of it, tries to feed the ball into Wayne Brooksby. In the end is nudged, and the referee gives a free kick to Guiseley just inside the Histon half.
In fairness there, I think she had 3 chances and tried to let the game flow. I think that's good refereeing. The player was away with the ball, but she had 3 chances there to give a free kick, and eventually when there is no advantage, give the free kick. That's good refereeing.
Kevin Holsgrove just showing his strength there, muscling off and holding off 2 or 3 players around him. 48 minutes gone, 0-0 here between Histon and Guiseley. Guiseley with a free kick though, Andy Holdsworth, just inside the Histon half. It's going to go long, up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Headed on here by Ellis, and then the ball played in against the upright by Adam Boys. Nodded down by Danny Ellis. It took the right foot of Adam Boys to stroke the ball goal-bound. It bounced off the upright and then across the face of the goal and eventually ends up in the hands of the goalkeeper. Now Histon can counter-attack here. He comes forward here with Nick Freeman. Freeman towards the edge of the D, plays it in here to Hicks. Hicks lays it back. It's a chance for Dowie to get a shot away. Opts to go to the right-hand side, well cut out by Danny Boschel.
It's fair to say that Adam Boys in his early Guiseley career isn't enjoying the best of luck. That's now 3 times in a couple of games when he could have scored.
Well, he did everything right, didn't he?
Yeah, everything right. Yeah, very unlucky. And indeed, another day that bounces in rather than bounces out. But that just sums up, the sort of luck he's having at the moment. Gets in some great positions. And you can see why he scored goals at a better level. It's just at the moment the luck's just not going for him.
I feel like it'll open up the floodgates once it eventually does go in. But again, the closest either side have come. And this time it's...
You're basically looking to get a ball forward faster. And that's the sort of service that Adam and Kevin will be looking for.
Histon just defending at the moment in their final third. They do clear, play it forward up towards Yusuf, but it's well won by Ben Parker. Played forward now towards Holsgrove. Holsgrove battling away with Grant.
A little bit more urgency about us so far this half.
Guys who just look like, as Adi says, they've raised the tempo a little bit. Now Wayne Brooksby still inside the Histon half, gets the ball back into Holdsworth. Holdsworth forward now to Boschel. Boschel plays it out wide here to Holsgrove. Holsgrove now in field to Brooksby. He's down by the corner flag at the moment, has to go away from goal and then tries to feed it into Holdsworth on the overlapping run, but it's cut out. But only as far as Danny Boschel, who tidies up the clearance. In here to Jake Lawler. Onto the edge of the area with Gavin Rothery, takes the drive from distance.
Worth a go.
Goes high and over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But a good move again, Adi.
Yeah, we've had more efforts on goal already this half than we had the whole of the first half. So the suggestion is that they've had the proverbial rocket in the proverbial nether regions.
Can't imagine there have been too many teacups thrown at half-time.
No, this is the Conference
like
North. We don't get teacups.
OK. Polystyrene cups. But certainly more resolution about the side.
They look more urgent, and I have to say that, as I say, we've already created more. The shape's changed slightly as well. We've gone a bit more 4-3-3.
Now there's a tackle on Yusuf by Ben Parker that the home crowd claim a foul. Referee doesn't have any interest in that. And eventually the ball forward out for a goal kick.
2 sixes, centre half and a centre forward grappling for the ball. If you gave every one of those, there'd be 100 free kicks a game.
Goal kick for Guiseley. Stephen Drench will take it. Still 0-0 here. The way it's gone out, and it's a goal kick. And there's just a little bit more bite about this game all round for both sides. The ball knocks out into touch. The home fans getting on the back of the referee because they felt that Adam Boyes pushed his man. Throw into Guiseley, picked up now by Gavin Rothery, into the feet of Rhys Maynell. Maynell lofts it forward, looking for Holsgrove.
Excellent football.
Picked up now by Boschel, out to the right-hand side where Brooksby gets it on the edge of the area. Gets the ball in with the left foot, up towards the back post, looking for Gavin Rothery. Can't win that header. Histon can clear. They get the ball up to the halfway line. Yusuf is looking for it in a battle with Ben Parker. Parker wins the header, but concedes the throw.
Good defending from Ben Parker there, in fairness, though. I think we're a little bit slow to get back here.
Now Histon with a throw-in. It's just about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. They've had some long throw specialists in Zach Mills on the other side, but Mali goes short this time. And it's into Dowie now. Dowie runs with the ball through the middle of the park, plays it in towards the edge of the area, picked up well by Freeman. Freeman takes the ball away, goes down to the byline, gets the cross in, and it's well cleared by Ben Parker, but only as far as Roberts. Roberts on the edge of the D, plays it in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, but he can't feed it in towards Yusuf. Ben Parker comes away with the ball, runs forward all the way to the halfway line, gives it back to Andy Holdsworth. Really good defending there from Ben Parker. And now Guiseley can counter-attack here on this right-hand side. Holsgrove being very well attended to by Grant. Cuts inside though, Holsgrove. Very inventive. A great shot with the left foot. Good block from the defender. Takes it behind for a corner. Great work there from Kevin Holsgrove.
I think there was tremendous work from Kevin Holsgrove, but the difference also was that Ben Parker took responsibility and carried the ball 40 yards, sucking defenders onto him, sucking midfield players onto him, and that just breaks their shape a bit.
It was a marvellous run out of defence from Ben Parker, really. Now Guiseley have the corner on the right-hand side as they attack the Histon goal. Brooksby takes, whips it in towards the penalty spot. Up goes Danny Ellis, gets the header. It's cleared, though, by Beckles. Good defending once again from the Histon centre-half. Headed on now by Holdsworth, into the feet of Rothery. Rothery scoops the ball forward, finds Lawler into the edge of the D where Holsgrove can't take it down. Picked up now by Brooksby. Goes into the penalty area to the byline. Gets the ball across. Well defended by the goalkeeper. Hoofed away. Only as far as Boschel. The pressure's still on. Boschel gets the ball back in there.
Awful ball from Bosch.
Awful ball. Boschel, like is said, and Histon can counter-attack, but a smart challenge from Danny Ellis. Wins the ball back on the edge of the centre circle inside the Histon half. Played out wide well by Maynell. Into the feet here of Brooksby. Brooksby takes a run at the full-back. Goes back into the penalty area. Plays a nice little ball in towards Holsgrove. Holsgrove has to pull out of the tackle. And now Histon can counter-attack, and the referee does well. Plays on. But Histon don't look as if they too much want to attack this ball for a moment. Now they do. Now it's forward here to Roberts. Roberts takes it past Ben Parker. Plays it in towards Yusuf. Yusuf is clipped by Danny Ellis just as he goes through. He just held up his run, didn't he, to make sure that Ellis touched him. He's won the free kick, and it's a free kick to Histon right on the edge of the penalty area.
Didn't look to touch him from where I'm stood, but...
No, you are on, Adi. But, yeah, it's a free kick nonetheless to Histon. Referee not opting to talk to Danny Ellis, which for me suggests if she thought that was a foul, a cynical foul, it would have been a booking.
Yes, I'm not suggesting that the player...
A reverse pass to Adam Boyes, but he could have turned and taken a shot himself. And Histon have got the ball now and have brought it into Guiseley's half.
I think summed up by the fact that...
Well, there's a free kick just been given by the linesman.
Who is listening to the crowd, isn't he? Let's face it.
I think so, actually, to be fair. Reece Maynell and Adi Youssef were
both
together.
Both at it.
Tugging away at each other, weren't they, really?
Yeah, I mean, as has been pointed out by Reece, I mean, the first defence was probably the other way.
Nonetheless, it is a free kick to Histon.
It's the one you get away from out at home, isn't it?
Yeah. The ball comes in. It's Grant Roberts. It goes past everyone. Really strange. We worked free kick and it's gone out for a throw-in. And not quite sure what the intent was there, but in the end, there's no danger to Guiseley.
Wasn't that odd?
It was. It was just strange. It was like, again, it was to use the old rugby now. The touch for the yardage, wasn't it?
I have to say, there's a little bit more about the game second half, isn't there?
It's been better than the first. It couldn't have been much worse. But guys, you've had the best chance so far. Adam Boyes has hit the upright. Still scoreless, though, if you're just joining us. Hopefully our stream is better in the second half. Your tweets are always very valuable for us just to gauge that. And if you want to do so, don't forget we're at Guiseley Radio. At Guiseley Radio. We are 59 minutes in, so we're heading into the last half hour. And guys, you have a throw on the halfway line.
I must say, I thought it was about another 20 yards further forward.
The throw taken by Holdsworth on the right-hand side. Played back in towards the Histon defence, and Histon come away with the ball. But a good tackle here from Danny Boschel. Takes the ball away from the Histon man. Picked up by Rothery. Picked up now by Boschel. Boschel on the edge of the D. Sprays the ball out to the right-hand side where Brooksby collects it. Goes into the penalty area. Overruns it. Trips himself up, really. And it's going to be cleared. And there's a man down on the edge of the centre circle. A Histon man from the original tackle. No sense of there being any sort of a foul. And we're going to have a first change for Guiseley, the first substitute of the game. And it's going to be Alex Johnson who's coming on. And I'm not quite sure who's coming off.
Probably Kev.
It's Kevin Holsgrove. Yes, Kevin Holsgrove. And that's the substitute we kind of expected to happen when Ollie Johnson came on, and Ollie Johnson did so well to score that goal on Tuesday night. Holsgrove again having an excellent afternoon, AD.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the moment we're just sort of nursing Kevin back to match fitness, but no, he's done well, and he's such a powerful player, and he put such an honest shift in. I think the reality is that the hour that he's put in is about what he's currently capable of, especially on a pitch as glutinous as this one is.
I mean, it will have done him no harm, will it? The last two games.
No, I mean, and in the preceding month at Halifax, he'd had a total of 24 minutes of game time. So. It's hard to come on and put a full 90 in, but I think you can see what he's got to offer, can't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a shame for him that it hasn't worked for him in the Conference Prem with Halifax, but it's great in a way that we've got the opportunity to bring him back because he's a big difference. We're just waiting for I think it's Grant Roberts who's down there. I think he had a knock on the nose, and I think he's going to have to change his shirt. Because he's got some blood on it.
If you have a red shirt, how do you tell if it's a blood shirt or not?
I don't think it's the colour clashing.
No,
that's
indeed,
the point,
indeed. Interestingly, both he and Bosch, sort of bang noses there, and so Bosch has got blood all over his face as well.
Oh, there's an image. And we're just going to have a bit of a break here, aren't we? Because the tension is being delivered on the pitch. That low sun certainly seems to have just gone behind the hill beyond, so it doesn't seem to be causing the trouble it was in the first half. The pitch, though, still a bit treacherous, but thankfully playable. If you're just joining us, 0-0 still with the last half hour to go here on Guiseley AFC Radio. And Grant Roberts just down at the moment with a knock to the nose, and he's going to have a new shirt and new number, and we're going to have to keep alive to that. Don't forget, tomorrow we have the open day, Adi, an opportunity for us all to see the development planned and a chance for us to welcome our neighbours.
I mean, it's there's, as you're aware, because thanks for the input and content, which has been very much appreciated, Colin. The reality is it's a big day for the club tomorrow when we get a chance to, tell the world about the plans and hopefully quell any fears people have about us being a less than fully responsible neighbour. Massive amount of community activity involved in the plans, and looking forward to answering anybody's questions. So please, get along down to Nethermoor and get involved if you've either pro or anti.
We'll welcome you there. Refreshments will be available, and it'll be in the sponsors' lounge.
In the sponsors' lounge,
at Nethermoor, in the sponsors' lounge.
Access via both main gates, both the blue gate and the larger gate at the sponsors' lounge side.
We're back underway. Has to be said, Robertson doesn't look in a good shape there, does he, with that nose?
No,
it's a
fair old drip. Is that? As I say, interestingly, I think he headed Bosch's face.
Guiseley have possession anyway, as Histon just temporarily down to 10 as they try to help Roberts back into sort of a match-fit situation, stemming the flow of blood from the nose. At the moment, Guiseley just playing the ball on the halfway line. Holdsworth slips as he tries to feed the ball down the right-hand side to Alex Johnson, who's just come on for Kevin Holsgrove.
In fairness, that looks, out of pure human sympathy, it looks a fairly bad blow to Roberts' face, doesn't it?
Oh, it does look nasty. And in the end, Guiseley have conceded possession. Histon are coming forward with it. And it's well won here by Charlie Day, taking it away from Rhys Maynell. Day comes forward, under pressure here from Ben Parker.
Very well cluttered by Ben there.
Back into the full-back who whips it in, Harry O'Malley. And again, Guiseley have to be alive to the danger, head the ball away and help it up here to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby back here to Andy Holdsworth, and Holdsworth feeds it forward looking for Alex Johnson down the right-hand side, but it's cut out.
With his hand.
Free kick anyway to Histon, just inside their own half. And we wait for the free kick to be taken and the return of Roberts, who's had a nasty blow to the nose.
Having played a time or two in like that with bits of cotton wool shoved up the nose, it's not the most comfortable feeling.
No, and it's not good to head a ball either, is it? Straight after it, you do sort of have a moment, don't you? But he's back on, and he's going to immediately take over duties with the free kick. And Histon are going to go direct with this, as you might expect. It is the best form of play on the surface. And the free kick is taken, launched up towards the edge of the D and towards the penalty spot. And it's pretty poor again. It's a pretty poor delivery, easy for Stephen Drench to clear. Drench sends it long, straight away looking for Alex Johnson. Well defended by Grant. Now the ball goes down the right-hand side where Johnson can go for a run. But Grant gets there ahead of him, knocks it out for a throw into Guiseley.
Comes with the heading of unfussy defending that, doesn't it?
Second substitution, yeah, definitely. Second substitution looks like it's going to be taken. I think it's going to be Histon who'll make it, but it's not going to happen just yet. Jake Lawler takes over now for Guiseley. Gets the ball into the area. Johnson goes to the byline, just can't keep it in play.
Unlucky.
Good move, just unable to do the deal and get the ball back into play, but it's gone out for a goal kick. And we are going to see another Guiseley substitute, and it's Ollie Johnson who's coming on. And I'm not quite sure who'll that be. Gavin Rothery is making way. So Rothery comes off, and Ollie Johnson, who played such a tremendous cameo role on Tuesday night against Brackley, scoring that wonderful goal, is going to come on, much to the appreciation of the visiting fans. And we're going to have a home substitute as well, Michael Bilt, who comes on, and he's going to replace Nick Freeman. Nick Freeman's impressed me today. Good
footballer. I have to say that the thing about here, as we said before the game, is that they have some very impressive young players here, and yes, he's impressed me from start to finish. He's been quite he's been clever in his play, and he's been very hard working as well.
Goal kick for Histon, lofted up from the goalkeeper up into the Guiseley half, headed away by Danny Ellis, nodded down by Boys into the feet of Ollie Johnson. This time Grant Roberts is in the right place to take the ball away from him, and Histon come away with the ball. Still goalless here. And with 68 minutes gone, guys, you have to do something if they're going to get 3 points here. Histon look like they're in a good position to stem the run of defeats that they've been on. A bit of afters after a free kick's just been awarded to Guiseley in the middle of the park.
I can't believe that, given how the referee's been, they're allowed to get away with stopping that free kick being taken without a word being spoken, but hey.
It's frustrating that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guiseley wants to get it direct, but now they're going to play a long one here from Andy Holdsworth. Plays it up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. It's flicked on. Jake Lawler's at the back post, unmarked. Plays the ball, well, I was going to say plays a ball across the face of the goal. Plays a ball almost out into touch on the opposite side. Not the best touch he's had with his left foot.
And they've got a runner spare here.
And Histon can counter-attack. It's flicked on by Bilt, the substitute. He flicks it over the centre half, and Drench can't make a good clearance. Danny Ellis improvises one. That was a chance there for Histon, because after Stephen Drench didn't make the initial clearance, the ball could have bounced anywhere. Histon keep the ball themselves anyway, moving in that final third. Guys, you have to be alive to the danger. It's picked up now by Day. Day into the area, goes down towards the byline. Can he get it across? Grant Roberts is free at the back post, can't collect it this time. Plays it back now in here to Yusuf. Yusuf lays it back here into the feet of O'Malley. O'Malley curls one in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It needs a head of Ben Parker to take it away from Day. And Guiseley just at 6s and 7s for a couple of moments as Histon turned the screw.
Good defending, but we lost our shape, didn't we? I mean, Ben Parker's done very well, but before that we lost our shape quite badly.
Into the last 20 minutes, still 0-0. Histon now with a corner.
I mean, Drench was unfortunate with the previous one because, you know, received wisdom, he comes and clears it, and it just bobbled on his touch, didn't it? So, but, I mean, Danny, you know, swept up for him, didn't he? So that was okay.
But just Histon's pressure there, just exposing Guiseley.
We're not, I still maintain we haven't been anywhere near at our best today.
No, I think that's a fair comment. Histon now with the corner on the left-hand side. They can whip this one in. Goes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header from Beckles, cleared off the line by Andy Holdsworth. That could have been the opening goal, and it could have been for Histon.
There was a massive two-handed push there as well. If you see the complaints from a couple of guys, defenders there were two hands in Danny Ellis's back, which got him out from under the header.
Corner, though, at the other side. On the right-hand side as Histon attack the Guiseley goal. Day this time whips it in. Beckles flicks it on. It goes down to Yusuf. Yusuf tries to spin and shoot on the left foot. It's wide, well wide actually, behind for a goal kick. 19 minutes to go.
Little bit of a warning for us there. I have to say that I thought that we had been on top for the first 15 probably this half, but the last 5 they've come back at us again, haven't they?
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Guiseley, you've got to... You just think this game, will, obviously a goal will really change the shape of this game if there is to be one. Header on now from the goal kick for Beckles. Yusuf handles as he tries to take the ball down.
Only both hands though.
Danny Ellis plays a long one forward. The ball bounces up. Alex Johnson can't get under it. Ollie Johnson almost can. But in the end it's tidied up. Alex Johnson takes it off. Beckles plays it outright to Wayne Brooksby. Can he produce something here? Brooksby pulls the ball out towards the back post, but it's too high, too long, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So with...
We've been very much sort of the classic carrot egg today, haven't we? I mean, the bits of that were excellent. AJ did very well, but the cross was woeful.
Still scoreless here in the Skrill North between Histon and Guiseley. And with 18 minutes to go, you begin to wonder where the goal will come from. Alex Johnson and Ollie Johnson both on the field. Alex Johnson just taking on the ball and playing it out wide here to Wayne Brooksby. He does really well to beat Zach Mills to it. Goes down towards the touchline, gets a good ball. Well, it's actually a poor ball in the end. It looks like he was going to get a cross drilled.
Did very well then to remind the referee of the need for a free kick, I thought.
Well, this would be a great time to get a goal.
Too central, probably. The issue here is probably the difficulty of view. So we need to be a little bit clever with this because it's far too straight to just lump it in.
It's about 15 yards from the edge of the D. Central played in now towards Danny Ellis. It gets a touch on. Guys, he can't force it in. And it's just been nodded wide or touched wide. I think it might have been Adam Boyes on the end of it or Ben Parker. I'm not quite sure who, but I thought the goalkeeper must have got a touch to it, but it's a goal kick.
The lack of protest suggests that it wasn't got the last touch. I don't know how we didn't score there, if I'm honest. That's 2 now this half, where a goal looked more likely than not.
It was a great ball in.
Great ball in. That we were saying about the cleverness of the free kick, and Andy used his experience and to just put that slight sort of dink and spin on it. Danny Ellis did really well to get round the back, and unlucky.
Just so frustrating that guys, he haven't managed to force the ball over the line. Still.
That's 3 gilt-edged chances this half, isn't it?
Hit the upright, and that one there was perhaps the best of all. Histon have threatened a little bit themselves. They've had a shot that's been cleared off the line. Now they're threatening again. Bilt, the substitute, just lays the...
Unfussy defending from Reese there. Nothing clever.
Now
just defend it.
Guys, you don't have to watch this because Histon have got the ball into the area. Picked up here by Roberts. Plays the ball forward, but he can't feed it through. And Guiseley defend well. Collect the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box with Danny Boschel. Cool head to play the ball into the feet of Reese Maynell. Reese Maynell works it well. And then Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson, as you might have heard. And Omar Beckles just having a bit of a coming together. Omar Beckles just had his arm wrapped around Alex Johnson's head for a minute. And now it's a free kick. But I'm surprised it's not a decision to actually have a chat with the two of them.
Unreal.
10 yards into the Histon half. Free kick. Reese Maynell looks to take it. Whips this one in up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Danny Ellis, a target man once again. Danny Ellis beaten to it this time. Boschel gets the ball back into the area. Helped away by Beckles. Danny Ellis looks to win the header. Nods it back in. Free kick given against Danny Ellis.
And it was.
Curiously, we're going to have a third sub. Him. Plays the ball in field into Danny Boschel. Boschel out to the right-hand side where Andy Holdsworth can get a in. If he can do so. Gets a good ball in towards Jake Lawler, headed behind by Beckles. Good defending from the centre half. Certainly having to put himself around.
Yeah, interesting switch of styles now, because if you look at what we've done is we've taken off the power of Boys and Holsgrove and introduced perhaps a little bit more directness and guile. It's something of a gamble because of the the nature of the pitch, but we'll perhaps get a little bit more inventiveness in a different way.
Well, we've got just 12 minutes left of this game. He's to Danny Forrest. Forrest plays the ball forward, looking for Alex Johnson. By Beckles. Free kick now to Guiseley, just on the edge of the area. You haven't missed anything if you've just gone off air there. Guiseley with a free kick, though. There was still a goal to 0 down, if you've missed that. Michael Bilt, who scored the goal, the substitute on a counter-attack, but Guiseley now has a free kick. Level with the angle of the penalty area. Wayne Brooks free, just having a word with Omar Beckles and Harry O'Malley. Guiseley trailing by a goal to 0 here. 9 minutes to go. Wayne Brooksby with the free kick. Critical free kick this to Guiseley. They've got 6 players forward. We've got 6 or 7 players forward. There's nobody in a red shirt outside of the penalty area. Every Histon player penalty area to defend this one. Brooksby whips this one in. It's flicked in.
Yes!
Goes into the back of the net. It's scored there. And it's Alex Johnson who's just got the nod on inside the area. An immediate response from the Lions. And Alex Johnson, just 2 minutes after going behind, has nodded home to give pull Guiseley back onto level terms. It's Histon 1, Guiseley 1.
Excellent free kick and a clever finish. I mean, it's almost like the one at Brackley the other night, the zone of uncertainty thing. The keeper can't come for it, and a defender, you can't defend it either. So, clever goal. Actually, probably about the only second piece of intelligence we've shown all afternoon.
The ball knocked out into play. Yeah, a really good delivery.
Going to react, you react straight away, and that's what we've done.
So, Guiseley have pulled themselves back. It's Histon 1, Guiseley 1, if you're just joining us here on Guiseley AFC Radio. We're a bit intermittent, but stick with us. And we will try and bring you all the news as it comes to the pulsating close of this game after what's been a pretty poor game in the first 45.
Much better second half, in fairness, but from a Guiseley angle, it's far too stretched. And I don't think we've been very clever. That's awful, by the way, from Ollie Johnson. Now,
just conceded possession. Ollie Johnson giving it away to Dowie. Dowie having a little run at the Guiseley back line. Plays it out wide. Ball played into the area. Ben Parker has to defend it well. Knocks it out, and it's going to be a throw into Histon. Guiseley now have to watch, because on comes Zach Mills, who's got the long throw. We have 7 minutes to go. And it's 1 each, 2 goals within a space of 2 minutes. The opener, Michael Bilt, scored for Histon on the counter-attack. Levelled a couple of minutes later. Wayne Brooksby's free kick nodded in by Alex Johnson. The throw, long, in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Held away by Danny Forrest. Alex Johnson goes chasing for it, but it's well cut out by O'Malley. O'Malley scoops it forward. Guys, he can't clear the lines. Picked up now by Histon. On the edge of the 18-yard box. Bilt, the goal scorer, takes a shot. blocked by Parker. Going to be a throw-in on this right-hand side to Histon. Yusuf feigns a throw, but actually hands it back to O'Malley, the right-back. The duties of a right-back, usually the throw. But they've fed the ball through now here for Built to get the ball into the Guiseley penalty. Cut out by Danny Boschel, but poorly defended now. Into the feet of O'Malley. He can take a shot from the edge of the penalty area. Never going to beat Stephen Drench. But Guiseley just didn't defend their lines as well as they might there.
If there ever was a get your foot through it pitch, it's this pitch when you're defending. I mean, Danny's done really well there to recover the ball, but you can't try pass a ball in what...
Then Alex Johnson, who's got us back onto level terms. The ball into the final third, where Rhys Maynell scoops it clear. Push on Alex Johnson. Guiseley pick it up anyway with Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby tries to go past one man, too easily defended, and in the end the attack opportunity breaks down. And Guiseley now have to press this Histon backline, perhaps to unsettle them somewhat, but at the moment it's so stretched either team could score. Histon now have the ball just inside the centre circle. It's with Zach Mills, who takes it away from Jake Lawler. Then well won back by Andy Holdsworth. Just a cool head
did well
there.
to stick at his task as well, didn't he? Because he could very easily have switched off, and he switched back on and cluttered the touch again. So
Ollie Johnson now goes on a bit of a run, gets a shot away, just goes wide of the left upright. But a good firm run on the ball, just as he tried to shoot goal bound.
That's what Ollie Johnson brings, isn't it? He's direct, and he trusts his own ability.
That's AD just dropping his keys there. That you can hear. We have
Apologies.
4 minutes to go. I don't know. Adds a bit of sound effects to proceedings.
It proves we're live as well, doesn't it?
Well, there's plenty of reasons that they'll know that we're live, AD. Don't worry about that. The ball goes up, and it's picked up by Danny Forrest. Now Wayne Brooksby takes it over on the halfway line.
That's very, very poor.
Fed through by Danny Forrest. Doesn't get through to the front men. It's cleared and headed away. And Histon at the moment defending this point that they hope will prevent the slide going any further. Picked up now by Forrest. Forrest cuts in field, plays it forward towards Brooksby. Ball holds up in the mud, but he helps it out to the left-hand side where Alex Johnson wins it. Cuts back, looks for options in the area, but he can't find a yellow shirt. Easily defended. And then Histon come away with the ball with a substitute, Built, playing a good one down the channels for Yusuf to chase, but Danny Ellis helps it back. Stephen Drench has to watch his clearances because this pitch is so treacherous for the flow of the ball. And Histon now pick it up with Grant. Grant feeds the ball down the left-hand channel, and Danny Ellis gets there ahead of Hicks.
Well played, Danny Ellis.
Does really well, doesn't he? Just feigns away from... How on earth was that not a free kick? The man jumped in through the back of Brooksby.
I have to say that as you know, I have the pleasure of giving referees marks, and she's just lost 5 there. I mean, that's just shocking. If our lad's made a back, then it's their free kick, and if our lad hasn't made a back because he's never got off the ground, then basically it's a refereeing decision. I have to say her performance in the second half has been awful. By the way, for both sides, this is not me, suggesting that she's been in any way, more or less inept for us. I just think she's just been poor.
Goal kick taken, Stephen Drench up towards Jake Lawler. Before it gets there, Dowie cuts it out, and now Histon come forward once again. Last couple of minutes of this game. Guiseley 1-1 with Histon. Neither side really dominating the game. Guiseley had the better chances, but then Histon scored a goal on the sucker punch. Immediate response from Alex Johnson. Now Roberts comes forward for Histon, earns his side a corner after his cross is deflected behind by Rhys Maynell.
I have to say that again there's a clear free kick in midfield that we don't get.
It's just like Andrew Phillips, who's coming on in his place. Yusuf has looked pretty useful. Just lacked the final product as we enter the 90th minute. Guiseley, Histon locked at 1-1.
I was just asking Colin a question then. Consummate professional that he is, he answered the question whilst still commentating. How impressive.
Consummate professional. 2 words not used in my presence, I tell you.
4 minutes of added time.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Can we get this last goal? Can we get a goal?
I'd be happy to go off and go home with the point now, if I'm honest.
Brooksby gets the ball into the area.
That's awful.
It's easily cleared, and Histon can counter-attack, and they are pushing forward and skip past Danny Ellis with Hicks charging down the left-hand side. It's like the counter-attack movement earlier. Hicks into the area, has a chance to finish. has a blocked shot by Ben Parker, but just didn't seem to make his mind up as to what he wanted to do. In the end, it's a corner to Histon, but it could have been so much worse.
Just overcommitted. And I have to say that, you know, if I'm Mark, I'm very unhappy with the fact that we're chasing 3 points, but, you know, let's go home with one at least. It's unprofessional and seems we just seem to have a little bit of a kamikaze head on this last few minutes.
Well, 1.5 minutes of the 4 have been used. It's a corner to Histon. We have to defend once again from the left-hand side. A very atrocious corner, actually, and a gift from Histon.
Never been the worst corner I've ever seen.
Guiseley take the quick goal kick into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Tries to play it right through the player, and he's defended well. And then Ollie Johnson bundles with Beckles, and somehow Beckles earns a free kick. No idea how he got that.
She is having a mare.
It's not a good decision. 2 minutes into the added 4. Free kick to Histon. They've certainly looked likely to score in these last few minutes.
Oh, dear.
Free kick finally going to be taken.
Oh, Lord.
Roberts takes, headed away by Ellis. Up towards the centre circle. Ollie Johnson goes for it, can't get it down. And then a clearance all the way into Histon's half. Alex Johnson chases it.
Good defending, in fairness. The kid there has done very well, hasn't
he? The fullback wins it, and then Danny Forrest closes down Roberts, but he's only knocked it out for another throw.
Danny Forrest also did very well, didn't he?
Yeah,
just unlucky with what came second, really.
Last minute, looks like it's going to be a draw. And actually, after the last few minutes, as you say, Eddie, you'd be very happy with that. But it won't be what
I'm not
was planned.
very happy, but I'm content is a better way of putting it, I think. These have really worked very hard as well, to credit them.
Long ball forward, looking for Alex Johnson. It's helped by Beckles, who passed it back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper picked it up. No question there. But
whoever applies that rule now, except in the Spanish second division.
No, yeah, it's fair. I didn't see that. Surprised you on that one later. Guiseley clear the lines from the goal kick, or the clearance rather, from the goalkeeper. Beckles plays a long one forward, all the way back to Stephen Drench. Drench lofts it forward and just finds Dowie. And Dowie sends it back towards the Guiseley goal, but it's cleared by Ellis. Headed away by Beckles. Danny Boschel goes for a heavy challenge on Grant Roberts, misses him. And advantage is waved on, but to no avail, because the only invention is that Bilt can do is send it straight back to the goalkeeper. Seconds remaining. And it's Histon who clear down the channels into the feet of Bilt now. And Bilt skips past Danny Boschel, plays a good ball over the top. It's found the other substitute, Phillips. He's onside, goes towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Nobody can get on the end of it. Shout for handball from the home fans. Guiseley clear appallingly. Give it back. Good shot there from Hallie O'Malley. And it's well held by Stephen Drench. But what appalling defending after the excitement of the